Welcome back to the HR Happy Hour Work Break. My name is Steve Boese. This is our final work break show from the Paycom Center with our friends at the Oklahoma City Thunder. Joining me is Scott Loft. He's the VP of Ticket Sales and many other things we might get to talk about. Scott, how are you today?
I'm great. Thanks so much for having me.
Scott, it is a pleasure to be here, especially on a game day, so thank you in advance for making some time. 41 of these a year. It's exciting. Tell us a little bit about what you and the team do here at the Thunder.
Well, I oversee the ticket sales, the member services, which is our season ticket member and partial season ticket member service arm. And then I also oversee our business intelligence and analytics department as well.
Man, we could deep dive for 48 minutes on that, but let's talk about just customers and sort of providing great customer experiences, because that's been the undercurrent or the theme of kind of everything we've been doing here today out here at the Thunder facilities. I'd love for you to talk a little bit about how you think about, hey, how do we create these great experiences for our customers, especially your members, right, who are really your most dedicated, most loyal customers who are coming here 41 nights a year.
Yeah, absolutely. It is, it's the genesis of what we do. We are a subscription-based organization. As you mentioned, 41 regular season home games, 2 preseason games, and everything we do from our perspective is ultimately trying to create a genuine and meaningful relationship with our members. We have some members who, want to talk about the next day what Coach D's substitution pattern was, or why didn't we hit this 3-pointer, or something that's very basketball.
Should have called timeout right there. Yeah,
very basketball detailed. And then we have some people that are just transactional, right? They want to buy basketball tickets. They don't want to necessarily go have coffee with their account manager once a quarter, and it's just transactional. And that's fine too, as long as we know how they want to be serviced by our organization. But the ones that are always the most challenging are the ones where we don't know.
Okay.
Right? We really want to try and dive in and get a great understanding of how our members in particular want to be serviced throughout our organization. And And
right.
then
And
once we know that,
intelligence part of the job, right?
Yeah, that's a big piece of it. We want to know, like, what type of food you like, where do you go on vacation, what type of music do you like? Because what I want to know is, I want to know what your birth date is, and I want to know who your favorite player is.
I'll write that down for you, Scott.
It's because at the end of the day, like, I want an e-card from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as your favorite player in your inbox in the morning because of your birthday. Because at the end of the day, like, we really want people to make their decisions, with their heart as much as their head and their wallet.
So it's really about getting to know that customer at the level to which they prefer to be known, servicing them how they want to be serviced, and really sort of providing them the information, the touch points, that care and feeding that they need, or maybe perhaps they don't need, right? As you said, maybe
absolutely. Some people that don't want it, that's okay too, as long as I know that.
We're not going to drag Scott into this rabbit hole, but there's a huge parallel to what we try to do in the human resources space about knowing our employees, right, at those same levels to understand what they need, what they want, and how we can provide great service to them as human resources folks, right, to help them navigate through their careers and their relationship with the organization. It's very similar,
Very similar, and I think there's so many different ways to look at humans.
Sure is.
And I think that's so important to find out. It's the reason we have what we call our preference center within our CRM system that helps us understand, that John Smith comes in the doors at 6:57. He goes immediately over to the Jack Daniels Club and gets his favorite Jack and Coke, and then he walks to his seats.
That's pretty awesome.
And all of that. So, like, our entire premise is trying to know and understand how people react within our environment and outside our environment. So if I know that you're coming in and then you're going to get your Jack Daniels every night, I'd love to have an account manager who has a 350 account portfolio to know and understand how those people react. And it's be great to have them sitting there at 7:02 p.m. when they normally go and get their Jack and Coke have that Jack and Coke pre-ordered.
That's not bad.
And
that's
then,
good service
and
right
then
there.
provide them and say, hey, you know what? Thanks for all you do for us. It's on us tonight.
That's great, and that's a great aspiration as well. And data makes that possible, but caring about customers also makes that possible, right? You have to want to do that first before you can even think about how do I put together all the data. To make
I mean, there's so many data points in today's world that you can contemplate, but the data doesn't do you any good if you don't have a vision for how to use the data.
For sure.
And I talk to my staff all the time, and we have millions and millions and millions of data points, but if you don't know how you're going to use it, don't capture that data.
Yeah, awesome. We talked more about business intelligence than I thought we would, actually.
Well, there you
I
go.
warned you, and then that's mostly what we talked about. Scott, it's been great to see you, great to meet you. Thanks for spending a few minutes with us on one of these big 41 game nights here at the Oklahoma City Thunder. And go Thunder. Thunder up tonight.
Thunder up. Let's go.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Scott.
You bet.
Thanks for listening to HR Happy Hour Work Break. My name's Steve Boese.